11 Eastern on KATU's Weather and the Hour is brought to you by Teplic Laser Surgery Centers. Your vision for the future.
It's National Enquirer TV, news to make you gossip.
Hello and welcome to National Enquirer TV. I'm Susan Campos.
And I'm Mike Walker. A week without Roseanne throwing a hissy fit is like a week without sunshine. This time, her tantrum happened on the set of her show, just hours after an explosive fight with hubby Ben Thomas. National Enquirer TV's Sabila Vargas has the blow-by-blow details.
In October, Roseanne arrived at her studio here at CBS Television City in Hollywood to tape her show. According to the Enquirer's senior reporter Alan Smith, she was 2.5 hours late, and as soon as the taping began, Roseanne went berserk.
She pulled a woman from the audience and danced with her and made some lesbian remarks to her. And then when she was supposed to do an interview, she suddenly yelled out, "I can't so-and-so take this any longer." No one quite knew what it was that flipped her out.
Roseanne was so shaken and nervous that she had to be driven off the set.
Roseanne has 4 daughters who help her on the show, and Brandy was one of her daughters. And she tried to console her, and even Brandy couldn't console her. Then they closed the whole set down for 5 days to give her time to recover.
What sent Roseanne off the deep end was yet another fight with her husband, Ben Thomas.
It looked like the marriage was going to be over again. They'd had a fight about a year before. He nitpicks her and criticizes her, and they just have these fights over trivial little things, and they just blow up from nothing into some great deal.
Roseanne and Ben have been on shaky ground for several years. They almost split in 1998 when Ben was arrested after a drunken New Year's Eve brawl.
Somehow he was calmed down. They then broke up, and then they kissed and made up again after a few weeks.
Roseanne's relationship with Ben seems to be on the mend, at least for now.
The current status right now is they're together. They're making an effort.
Alan Smith also told us that Roseanne's rocky relationship with Ben isn't the only reason she flipped out. Her show's been canceled in New York and Los Angeles because of poor ratings, and this just may be contributing to her instability. In Los Angeles, I'm Sabila Vargas for National Enquirer TV.
One observer to Roseanne's bizarre behavior was quoted as saying, "It was like watching a train wreck. No one knew what to do to help her." Susan?
Bond beauty Denise Richards and hunky Ben Affleck are bonding in a new movie, and it's deja vu all over again.
I'm so excited.
As the new James Bond babe, Denise Richards is attracting major attention.
Are you here for a reason? Or are you just hoping for a glimmer?
And with the upcoming release of Dogma, Ben Affleck's stock is steadily rising.
He gave them more than he ever gave us. He gave them a choice.
So Hollywood figures to team the two together in the new movie, The Third Wheel, and clean up. But few remember the couple in the 1993 TV series Against the Grain.
We drew names to see who we were going to bake for.
To tell you the truth, Bud's always been more interested in your cookies than I am.
So, come on, Denise, what's the story? And yes, Ben's a good kisser, added Denise. Not only is he a good kisser, Ben's a helpful guy. It was my first sob scene, and I was so nervous, but Ben made me feel comfortable. Ben probably won't be romancing Denise on the movie set. His #1 fan is on hand, armed with a disposable camera. The fan? His mom, Chris. They're women, they're famous, they're powerful, and they're rich, rich, rich. In fact, they're the 10 wealthiest women in Hollywood. Want to know what they earned last year? Check it out. Kate Moss grabs the #10 spot for earning $4.5 million last year. Moss recently shelled out a hunk of cash for a brand new Rover 25 that is not even on the market yet. It is a tie for the 9th spot for Katie Couric and Diane Sawyer, who took in $7 million each. Perky Katie bought a beautiful New York City apartment last April and is spending tons of bucks redecorating every room. Diane Sawyer and husband Mike Nichols own several homes. Cindy Crawford steals the ace spot for her $8 million salary last year. Super Cindy and husband Randy Gerber recently bought a $5 million home in Malibu and have 2 other homes. Barbara Walters grabs number 7 for earning $8.5 million last year. She and her husband lived the life of luxury in a 15-room Park Avenue apartment. Coming in at a gorgeous number 6 is Claudia Schiffer, who made a staggering $10.5 million. The supermodel owns part of the Spanish island of Mallorca. It's number 5 for Martha Stewart, who earned $18 million. Stewart has built a multi-million-dollar publishing and broadcasting empire, has several houses to her name, and makes a mean poached salmon. Helen Hunt takes the 4th spot for a hefty $31 million salary. She receives an eye-popping $1 million per episode for Mad About You, and her movie price tag is in the $6 million range.
Jealous?
The Spice Girls hit the number 3 mark for earning $49 million. The girls continue to live it up with their lavish lifestyles. Baby Spice just bought $1 million pad in London. Sporty Spice splashed out over $686,000 for a gorgeous waterfront apartment and spent over $48,000 on a car for her brother. Scary Spice splurged on a $4 million manor house. And Posh Spice also spanked out $4 million for a 7-bedroom, 24-acre home complete with fountain and ponds. Number 2 is the woman with the Titanic voice, Celine Dion. She made $55.5 million last year. Not bad for a kid from a poor family. Since Celine can buy anything she wants, she does, said the singer. I love golf so much that I bought my own course. TV talk queen and aspiring magazine magnate Oprah Winfrey is the number 1 moneymaker for 1998. She took in a whopping $125 million. But wait a second. What's this? Martha Stewart's jumping up to dethrone Oprah in a last-minute move. She's made a huge chunk of change on Wall Street. Her company's going public to the tune of $1.7 billion. And that sweet music makes Martha the richest woman in Hollywood. Even the Department of Defense has a comment on Martha's monarchy. The Deputy Secretary said, Martha Stewart goes public and makes $1 billion the first day, and all she does is carve pumpkins. They're just jealous. And now it's time for Mike's Planet Gossip.
Now all the news you really need to know. Bill Maher took a politically incorrect shot at a bully in a movie theater when the guy kept talking loudly. Bill said, quiet, we're trying to watch a movie here. Well, after the flick, the guy caught up with Bill, dared him to repeat what he'd said. Bill refused, called him a loudmouth boor, and turned away. Hey, bud, the guy said. Bill turned around and, pow, took a punch to the jaw that knocked him cold. Ticket takers revived Bill and said the jerk had split, but they were calling the cops. Forget it, said Bill, who lurched to his feet and left. Wendy Malick, that funny lady on Just Shoot Me, owns horses and takes care of them herself. And she asked one journalist who interviewed her, do I smell like horse urine? People tell me that all the time. And Johnny Depp might have been born in the USA, but when it comes to living here, he says there's just no way. Edward Scissorhands now lives in France and told a British newspaper, quote, America is about to implode and I'm scared. Whenever I turn on the TV news in America, I see school shootings, kidnappings. It's just disaster after disaster. Hey, Mr. Nonviolence, trash any good hotel rooms lately? And Cameron Manheim, who stars in super producer David Kelly's The Practice, says she got the role by betting Kelly that she could, quote, beat the bleep out of him in the game of cribbage. If he lost, I got the part. If he won, I'd never see him again. Well, Cameron won, and David lost. Or did he? And Hugh Hefner says he's really enjoyed his trip over Viagra Falls. I've got 4 girlfriends, says the 73-year-old Chief Bunny Rabbit. Viagra is the best legal recreational drug out there. Yes, Hugh Hefner gives Viagra 3 thumbs up. Now you know it all. Almost.
Coming up, extreme protection, guarding the stars.
Gary Coleman's life up for auction?
And the Motor City's hometown heroes. Next on National Enquirer TV.
We put raw power and intelligence in 2 liquids and created something astonishing. New Liquid Plumber Foaming Pipe Snake Clog Remover. It cleans your pipes, even the walls, like they've never been cleaned before. With new Liquid Plumber Foaming Pipe Snake, clogs don't stand a chance.
We just found a fresh new way to get our teeth whiter.
It's different. It does more than whiten.
It gives your whole mouth this cool, clean feeling that lasts.
Like you just brushed.
New Aquafresh Whitening Advanced Freshness. An advanced freshness system kills germs, even in places your brush can't reach.
Your teeth are whiter.
Your whole mouth stays fresh.
New Aquafresh Whitening Advanced Freshness.
It's not just a toothpaste.
It's the whole mouth paste for whiter teeth and lasting freshness.
Hi, Portland. I'm Rick with Empire Glass. Let Empire Glass replace your cracked windshield, and we'll still pay up to $150 of your comprehensive insurance deductible. And we'll even give you 24 free dinners of your choice to Portland's renowned refectory restaurant with any windshield replacement. So for the highest in quality windshields, including 24 free steak dinners to the refectory, call Empire Glass today at 251-9881. And remember, when you think glass, think Empire.
Where were you when man reached for the stars? When underdogs made the impossible come true?
Television connects us. From the beginning, K2 has connected you to news, local programming, and community partnerships.
We're developing pathways that will give you access to information beyond what you'd expect from any other local television station.
Because when someone asks, where were you? We want you to say, watching K2.
K2 connects, connecting you to your world.
Welcome back to National Enquirer TV. In a town where power suits, power lunches, and power plays are the ultimate status symbol, there's also power lingo, the language of Hollywood insiders. National Enquirer TV's Mary Deno acts as our interpreter.
What's the buzz?
What's the buzz? Before you can walk the walk, you gotta learn to talk the talk with Hollywood's secret buzzwords. Sunday brunch.
When executives celebrate a big box office opening, they Sunday brunch it all day.
At camp. Have you ever been at camp?
No, I don't know that one.
No?
Which Hollywood are these from?
At camp is Hollywood speak for in jail, as we'd love Robert Downey Jr. for the part, but he's at camp.
Minnie, you.
To have your own action figure. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, had Mini You written all over it for Liam Neeson and Ewan McGregor.
What's his shoe size?
Shoe size? What does shoe size mean?
Well, for some people, it's how well endowed somebody is.
Well, not exactly. Shoe size means power. Producer David E. Kelly's shoe size is larger than life.
Y3K.
No, I don't really have any idea. I mean, I would guess. I don't really know what it means. I'm not sure. No idea.
Steven Spielberg is Y3K, a genius.
Well, now that you know Hollywood's secret code, you too can be Y3K. I'm Mary Deno for National Enquirer TV.
Oh, and by the way, I'm not going to kiss into this deal unless I get a mini-me, but if I do get one, I'll patronize it. Mike?
It is a fact of Hollywood life that the moment you become a star, it's time to start thinking about a bodyguard. NETV's Brian Blakely shows us how to become a celebrity bodyguard.
With crazy stalkers and overly obsessed fans hot on the trail, Hollywood's biggest names are turning to bodyguards for the ultimate in personal security.
Celebrities basically need bodyguards, not particularly for life and death situations, but more to secure their privacy in public situations, make them feel mentally and psychologically secure.
I'm here at Shotokan Karate School in Garden Grove, California, where celebrity bodyguard Tom Uzilla teaches people how to protect the stars in a course he calls Bodyguard Extreme.
There's a lot of gray area with celebrities because they're very sensitive to privacy, isolation.
Tom, a former Special Service Green Beret, has practiced his trade for the last 30 years and has guarded the bodies of many celebrities like Billy Zane, Quincy Jones, and Steven Seagal. His 6-week course cost around $1,000, and budding bodyguards learn specific techniques for handling celebrities, including getting them through crowded areas full of fans and paparazzi.
Brian's gonna be warm, Beatty. We're going through a crowd, and you know, all of you are just trying to get to him, just trying to touch him, trying to get to him and stuff. So all of you have to just tighten up completely so nobody can get in, and you have to kind of duck your head and protect it on his back this way. And you can kind of use your hands too. Okay?
I feel like Mike Tyson coming into a fight or something.
That's right.
Going through the
rope. And don't stop. The most important thing in a crowd, don't stop. As soon as you stop, you get more people, they just start dogpiling, and you're going to get bogged down. Okay, crowd in, crowd in. Try to get to him. Stay tight, no gaps.
Oh,
you made it.
Good. Now I know what Warren Beatty feels like.
Tom also teaches his students how to handle potential attacks.
So what you have to do is just drop the celebrity and protect him or her with your body.
And most importantly, how to disarm an assailant.
When you see me move, you go bang, okay? I go here and then bang. You see what I do very slowly is just going bang. Here's off, and then right here. And it's there, and then you have control of the weapon right here.
I'm not messing with this guy.
At only 5 feet 9 inches himself, Tom says that while size sometimes helps in bodyguarding, the most important quality for a bodyguard is having an alert mind.
It's all that having that mental edge, being prepared and preventative to think 10 steps ahead of the situation. Celebrities can't ever feel completely safe, but the more prepared you can be, it's going to lessen the odds.
For National Enquirer TV, I'm Brian Blakely.
The job can be dangerous, but it does pay well. Celebrity bodyguards make from $65 to $125 an hour. Susan?
Detroit has given the world everything from Ed McMahon to Motown. But even though they've entertained millions, Detroit natives never forget the town they come from. Detroit, home of the Lions, the Tigers, the Red Wings, and the Pistons. Known as the Motor City, it's the car capital of the world. Funny girl Gilda Radner motored her way out of Detroit and into our hearts on Saturday Night Live.
There, Rosanna, Dana.
Super sidekick Ed McMahon hails from Detroit, home of the Motown sound. Detroit delivered Ted Nugent, Alice Cooper, and Smokey Robinson. Lily Tomlin is a Detroit diva along with Pam Dauber, Ellen Burstyn, Sherilyn Finn, Della Reese, and Elizabeth Berkley. Actors Robert Wagner, Tom Selleck, David Allen Greer, and Byron Allen call Detroit home. Tim Allen is a Detroit dweller. Robin Williams went to high school in Detroit. Detroit native Berry Gordy is the founder of Motown Records. Stevie Wonder, Diana Ross, the Supremes, and the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, found that Motown sound in Detroit. With that kind of star power, we can see why Detroit inventor Elijah McCoy coined the phrase, the real McCoy. And did you know that Detroit has the most registered bowlers in the U.S.?
Hey, Susan, that news really bowls me over. Coming up, Gary Coleman's life up for auction on the internet when National Enquirer TV returns.
Potato-topped pot pies from Swanson. So good, you'll wonder why no one thought of this before.
Mix 1 packet Hidden Valley Ranch with 1/4 cup breadcrumbs and 2 pounds chicken. Shake well, then bake. Hidden Valley Ranch, 1 packet, endless possibilities.
Most daily shower cleaners leave oily-looking residue on chrome. But Shower Shine leaves nothing but shine. Use your head and get Shower Shine from the scrubbing bubbles. They work hard after every shower, so you don't have to.
In this life, there's just no stopping. No break for a hacking cough. No rest for a raw, sore throat. Aches, fever. But when you're desperate for relief, there is TheraFlu. Fast, powerful, hot liquid therapy. With the first sip of that soothing hot liquid, you feel relief is on the way. Soon your throat is soothed, your cough calmed. Maximum strength TheraFlu. Now in new honey lemon chest congestion and cough. Instant comfort, powerful relief.
Oh, it tastes like this
disappears once every 100 years.
Bring in the new century with a bang for your buck at Ford's Sale of the Century. Ask for no payments and no interest until 2001 on furniture, appliances, and electronics $399 and up. Take an extra 10% off all appliances, even on sale prices. Plus, all furniture is on sale. Ford's Sale of the Century ends New Year's Day.
You can't shop smarter than Ford's.
On December the 31st, we hope you will join us in Times Square, because from here, we will celebrate with the world.
Reaching out to viewers in an unprecedented global telecast.
It's going to be the biggest celebration
in the history of television.
24 hours of continuous coverage.
Live from more than 60 countries.
I'll be in London.
I'll be at the Vatican.
We'll be right here in the Northwest.
Celebrate the millennium with the world. Come December the 31st.
Connect with K2.
Tomorrow, Celebrity Thrill Seekers. And Antonio's special gift to Melanie on the next National Enquirer TV. You know you want to watch.
Welcome back to National Enquirer TV.
Different strokes for bankrupt folks. Gary Coleman is staging a charity webathon to raise money on the internet. Gary Coleman is going online to get his finances in line. This week, UGO Networks is launching a webathon, an internet fundraiser where fans can donate cash for Gary Coleman collectibles.
You won't get enough of it. You just need to just pitch a tent, camp in front of your computer, and not move.
What you talking about, Willis?
A popular sitcom gave Gary Coleman more than 15 minutes of fame. For 8 seasons, he starred as Arnold in Different Strokes. After Different Strokes, Gary supplemented his occasional acting jobs, like in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, with work as a security guard. That ended after a run-in with autograph seeker Tracy Fields. Criminal assault and battery charges were filed. Tracy Fields also slapped Gary with a civil suit. The case wrapped up with anger management classes and a secret settlement. Not long after, Gary filed for bankruptcy. Now he's hoping the webathon will bring in some money. With a click of a computer mouse and a credit card, Gary fans can log on to www.ugo.com and buy everything from a Different Strokes commemorative plate to Gary Coleman Pez dispensers.
We tried to keep the prices down. That was originally going to go for about $199, but we're lowering the price to, I think, about $695 on that particular item.
You can even bid for Gary's personal items, like a leather couch, a cooking spatula, his train collection, a 27-inch television, even Gary's bowling gear.
I'm getting a little bit better and a little bit stronger, so I need to move up from an 8-pound ball to a 9-pound ball.
It's the first ever charity webathon. The benefit comes from an internet company that offers games, TV and movie info, comics, sports, or as UGO company chairman Joe Robinson puts it,
Guy stuff, really.
So why help Gary Coleman?
Gary had some bankruptcy problems, and Gary got into a little scruff with the law. We believe Gary's still got a lot of star quality power, and we're going to help him out of the hole that he's currently in.
A UGO spokesperson says, "We're laughing with a straight face. It's the perfect kind of promotion for us. Our demographic loves Gary Coleman."
Here's today's National Enquirer TV quiz. Which actress has a pet duck named Flipper? Is it Melissa Joan Hart, Cameron Diaz, or Reese Witherspoon? Stay tuned for the answer when National Enquirer TV returns.
The creamy taste of butter with half the fat and calories. It's sheer bliss. Brummel and Brown, the only spread blended with the goodness of yogurt. Must be Brummel and Brown.
Here she comes. Oh, can you get the stains off those colors? Relax, I'm Clorox 2.
What Clorox bleach does on whites, Clorox 2 does on colors.
Ta-da!
Clorox 2, the Clorox bleach for colors.
If you hate cords tripping you up, you'll love Conair's convenient Cord Keeper Dryer. The Cord Keeper Dryer. Another Conair first. It's the one to wind up with. Now in travel size.
National Enquirer TV will return in a moment.
We have slashed prices on every car, truck, and SUV in stock. Save up to $8,000. But hurry. Hi, I'm Bruce, and this is Sissy Rue. We have slashed prices, and we mean business. $8,000 off means great savings. Bruce Chevrolet has a huge inventory to choose from, and we have financing to fit your budget. Hurry in today. It's the sale of the year, and prices have been slashed. Remember, that's Bruce Chevrolet in Hillsboro, a name you can trust.
Okay, so the answer to our National Enquirer TV quiz: which actress has a pet duck named Flipper? The answer, Melissa Joan Hart.
Coming up tomorrow on National Enquirer TV, where Melanie keeps the family jewels.
And Jerry Seinfeld, is his love number up?
Until then, I'm Susan Campos.
And I'm Mike Walker. Good day and good gossip to you.
Summer, winter, spring, or fall. The weather's always great, so give us a call. 1-800-44-MEXICO. For every reason, any season.
Introducing America Online new version 5.0. Now it's easier to stay in touch and even easier to get started. AOL new version 5.0. Sign up today.
Try extra strength Bear Gel Caps. They can give you prescription strength relief without a prescription. Bear Gel Caps, powerful pain relief, and so much more.
You're watching KATU, the power of 2000.
Doing for the rest of your life? New career? Bachelor's degree? Well, if you're ready, Portland Community College is ready for you. PCC is the inexpensive way to get an education for whatever field you choose. Our classes are small, our teachers have real-world experience, and credits transfer easily to four-year universities. Winter term begins January 3rd, and you can now register online. Go to pcc.edu or call 614-7171 for more information. Portland Community College, college that fits your life.
Our 10 most memorable guests of 1999 on the next Mars.
They are the wealthy couple who police say abandoned their severely disabled son the day after Christmas.
You hear of stories like this, but never your next door neighbors.
But are they villains, or were they just pushed to the brink? The heartache of raising a child with disabilities. First, suspected terrorist busted at the border. Then, Seattle says no to the new year. Now, an airline mechanic is busted with the makings of a bomb. Find out how lax security may be when it comes to the airlines you fly with. Evander Holyfield in his most bitter battle yet. He's duking it out with wife number 2 in divorce court.
It is against my religious convictions to participate in the divorce proceedings of Evander and Janice Holyfield.
It's the story behind Holyfield's marriage, his money, and the minister caught in the middle. Monica Lewinsky, from portly pepper pot to fit and trim. We've got the skinny on the former intern's Jenny Craig makeover. Plus, from Leo to Liz, one Hollywood psychic's forecast for the stars.
They must be very, very careful of an accident.
Hello and welcome to Extra. I'm Dana Devin in for Maureen O'Boyle. We begin with what police call a tragic case of child abandonment. On Sunday, a 10-year-old boy with cerebral palsy was dumped by his own parents at a hospital. The story first sparked outrage, but as Jamie Colby explains, some people are now defending the beleaguered parents.
They look like the perfect family, a smiling couple, a happy child, a house in a well-manicured Philadelphia suburb. Richard Kelso is CEO of a huge chemical company. His wife Dawn an advocate for the disabled. So it's hard to believe these parents would be charged with abandoning their child. Cops say the Kelsos dumped their 10-year-old son Stephen in the emergency room of this Delaware hospital. Spokesperson Terry Greenlee says the child, stricken with cerebral palsy, was found with boxes of clothes, toys, and medicine, and a note saying they could no longer care for him.
Very heartbreaking, and the team has rallied together to make sure that all of Stephen's needs are taken care of.
Cerebral palsy is an incurable neurological disorder that affects muscle control. Stephen is confined to a wheelchair and needs round-the-clock care. Relatives say the Kelsos were exhausted because they couldn't get nursing help during the holidays. Dr. John Miknovich, medical director of United Cerebral Palsy in New York City, says helping a child with CP is frustrating.
Doctor, how difficult is it to care for a child that has cerebral palsy?
Well, it can be quite difficult at times. And some children, particularly as they get older, become heavier, they become difficult to move, they become completely dependent upon their parents or other caregivers.
We saw how difficult CP can be for both children and families when Extra introduced you to 3-year-old Nicholas Priamos.
Catch!
Even the simple act of catching a ball is a nearly impossible task. Father Greg says taking care of Nick is a 24-hour job.
He doesn't have the ability to move or to tend to his own needs.
Meantime, the Kelsos are out on bail. They didn't answer their door, but their neighbors still couldn't believe the charges. They abandoned their little boy.
You hear of stories like this, but never your next door neighbors.
The little boy is now in the custody of the state, which will determine if he's placed with relatives or in foster care. Now to a recipe for doomsday. A Texas man was arrested this week after police found hate literature, weapons, and bomb-making materials in his apartment. What's worse, he had access to dozens of airliners every day. Phil Schuman explains why airlines may have no idea who could tamper with their planes.
He had the trust of American Airlines, a mechanic with wide access to passenger planes. But when police searched Jerry Wayne Haney's Grapevine, Texas apartment, they made a frightening discovery. A dozen guns, boxes of ammo, and some 50 pounds of ammonium nitrate fertilizer, a bomb ingredient so powerful Timothy McVeigh used it to blow up the federal building in Oklahoma City in April of '95. Police also found a copy of the Turner Diaries, the same racist manifesto that McVeigh read.
We, as a society, have crazies out there, and they're in the airline business, too.
Robert Ditchie spent 15 years in airline management. He points out that the law only now requires criminal background checks for airline employees hired after 1996. Jerry Wayne Haney was hired in 1991. Ditchie favors stricter background checks as well as improved screening of all employees.
And maintenance workers clearly have access. There's no way around that.
Yes, the individual has access, but it's not expected when he or she goes out to replace a radio that they would be in another part of the airplane.
So you're saying it's the supervisors that have to be vigilant?
Yes, yes.
But Manny Rivera knows that doesn't always happen. WNBC discovered this former maintenance worker at JFK. He quit months ago, but as he told Extra, he still had keys to restricted areas.
One is mainly to get supplies. The other one opens basically every door in the airport.
And Rivera claims this big bag he carried to work every day never checked. In Texas, Haney is charged with felony possession of bomb-making materials. He's been released because he hadn't actually made any bombs. And now, neighbors worry that they're living in a minefield.
Is it possible that it can blow up and blow up the apartments accidentally?
The FBI is also investigating Haney. It wants to know if he's linked with hate or terrorist groups. It's official. Monica Lewinsky's losing it, and we've got the photo that shows how much the former White House intern has lost and why it could be worth its weight in gold. This is how we remember Monica Lewinsky, a plump, scared girl running from the press. But just look at Monica now. She's dumped 31 pounds and is the new pitchwoman for Jenny Craig Diet Centers. Extra obtained this photo taken from Lewinsky's campaign, which starts airing Sunday.
It seems you have to be a little down and out to do a diet ad.
Brad Johnson of Ad Age says Jenny Craig had to do something fast. The company is hurting and recently shut down 86 diet centers. Monica might be Jenny's last hope.
Picking a controversial character definitely breaks through the clutter.
Earlier this year, Monica, who's 5'6", ballooned to well over 200 pounds. That's when Jenny Craig approached her and reportedly offered to pay $10 grand for every pound she lost. So how did Monica do it? No shortcuts, just a low-carb diet, heavy on fruits and vegetables, plus exercise, including the new age stretching program called Pilates.
Come on in and lengthen, lengthen.
And now Monica's proven losing 31 pounds can extend her 15 minutes of fame. 10,000 a pound's not bad. Although Jenny Craig wouldn't discuss specifics with us, it's been reported that if Monica loses 100 pounds, she could be rolling in as much as $1 million.
He's the minister at the center of Evander Holyfield's ugly divorce.
I have a right, according to the laws of the land, to have freedom to practice my religion.
Next, why Evander's wife may have to knock out the champ and his church for a chunk of his millions. Plus, another New Year's nightmare, trying to find a babysitter.
I had to go through 6 individual people and 6 agencies.
And you won't believe how much parents are paying to party this New Year's Eve. And here's today's extra snapshot. Recognize the face? This teen really did make it big when she grew up. Can you expose this extra snapshot?
Oh, Mom, it's great. My first apartment. You should see it. It's huge.
When you've got things to talk about, it's a good idea to dial 10-10-321 first.
And I got a great view of the river.
With 10-10-321, you get 50% off calls over 10 minutes. That's just 8 cents a minute, day or night, and no monthly fees. And at 50% off, you can share every last detail.
And I even have a garden.
Talk as long as you want with 10-10-321.
Good things do come to those who wait. But don't wait any longer, because now is the best time to buy at Sears. For 3 days only, all home appliances, all home audio and video equipment, and all computers are on sale. Guaranteed. For example, save $111 on this Kenmore refrigerator. It doesn't get any better than the best time to buy at Sears. The good life at a great price, guaranteed.
Come on, Dad. You promised to ski with us. Keep bumming us out, Dad.
Looks like you could use Halls. Only Halls has big for action. Breathe, my friend. Breathe. Breathe, my pasty friend.
Feeling better, Dad?
Well, I was.
Get Halls and get going.
Celebrate the new year now during the Lamps Plus January sale and clearance. It's our biggest sale of the year. You'll find the savings worthy of celebration, the selection incredible, and our prices remarkable. So come in now and save 10 to 50% on literally hundreds of table lamps, chandeliers, floor lamps, lighting fixtures, and more. Celebrate the savings during the Lamps Plus January sale and clearance. It's our biggest sale event of the year.
Now to the big bucks divorce of former champ Evander Holyfield and his wife Janice. She claims the heavyweight is hiding millions of dollars in a very unlikely place. Rick Schwartz has the story of God, money, and the couple who once seemed so happy.
It's absolutely wonderful. Now I can't even imagine not being married now.
Newlyweds Janice and Evander Holyfield were the picture of marital bliss back in 1996 when Extra visited their 54,000 square foot Georgia love nest.
I truly believe that, I hit jackpot.
Janice, a doctor from Chicago, began managing her husband's vast boxing fortune. Prize money alone, just since their marriage, is estimated at $92 million.
His affairs are my affairs.
But 4 years later, Janice may have had enough of the champ's affairs. She is mother to only one of his 9 children. 2 of them were born to other women after Evander married Janice. Now the couple is splitting up, and the divorce has become a knockdown, drag-out fight over what else? Money. Janice's attorneys accuse Evander of siphoning off up to $7 million to his church, the massive World Changers Ministry with 20,000 members and a slick TV show. Just 2 months before Evander filed for divorce, he allegedly made a $4 million donation to the church and gave $150,000 directly to the charismatic preacher you can see here in his television ministry. His name? Pastor Creflo Dollar. Yep, Dollar.
When you pray 1 hour and get there.
But when a judge ordered Pastor Dollar to testify in the Holyfield divorce, he refused, saying his discussions with Evander are confidential.
It is against my religious convictions to participate in the divorce proceedings of Evander and Janice Holyfield.
And he stuck to his guns, even when threatened with jail time.
I have a right, according to the laws of the land, to have freedom to practice my religion.
Now Evander's counterpunching. His attorney, Jim Thomas, says Holyfield has nothing to hide. He's always practiced tithing, that's donating part of his income to the church. Often parishioners tithe up to 10% of their earnings each year.
That's what he believes his obligation is as a Christian.
But Janice claims he's failing another obligation, medical bills for their son Elijah. Now the courts will decide if this is a case of a champ hiding the dough or just an angry ex-wife hitting below the belt.
He's a very, very strong man, and he'll get through this.
Janice Holyfield's lawyers did not return our calls. Evander's attorney says she still lives in one of the homes on their estate.
Their beloved pup disappeared without a trace. Then, after 9 long months, a phone call.
We've got a dog here, and he says he's yours.
Now the homing device that brought thunder home for the holidays. Kenny Kingston was psychic to Marilyn Monroe and John Wayne. Now hear his celebrity predictions for 2000.
She's got to be very, very cautious of marrying quickly.
Tums is the most popular antacid in America. Tums is recommended by more doctors than any other antacid. Tums is so safe, it's recommended for pregnant women. And so healthy, it's taken as a daily calcium supplement. So before you think about taking something slower than Tums, like Pepcid AC gel caps, which are every bit as slow as regular Pepcid, think again about
Tums.
I'm serious when it comes to wrinkles, so I use new line eraser from L'Oreal Paris.
The most serious anti-wrinkle action you may ever take.
Yet so gentle, you can use it every night.
With retinol, the purest form of vitamin A.
To help erase first lines, fine lines, even those lines we've learned to live with.
Objective measurements show results in just 4 weeks.
And that's enough, even for skeptics like me. So use it nightly and lose the lines.
New line eraser with pure retinol from L'Oreal Paris.
Because I'm worth it.
You haven't seen the future until you see the next 48 hours. The daring new medicine that could save Amy's life. Can they make people as smart as machines? And what if Mike Wallace has finally met his match?
You're tiring me out, Mary. Knock it off.
Andy Rooney has a blast from the past. And the CBS Galaxy of Stars gazes into the future. On the brink of a new millennium. 48 hours at a special time tonight.
The Meyer & Frank 24-hour sale is this weekend with New Year's preview sale days going on now. Save 25 to 66% on wear now fashions for her and him. Early bird specials Friday at 9 a.m. plus Saturday doorbusters. Celebrate the new millennium at Meyer & Frank with 24 hours of store-wide savings this weekend. Check your newspaper for extra savings bonus coupons. Shop New Year's Day 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday 9 a.m. to 8 p.m.
This is where it all starts. This is where it gets good.
The 24-hour sale at Meyer & Frank.
How do you beat American Home Furniture's guaranteed low prices? The American Home Millennium and Clearance Sale.
Right now, at both American Home locations in Tualatin and Delta Park, everything is on sale at the lowest prices in our history.
We've marked everything down, some items up to 50% below our already guaranteed low prices. You'll find incredible prices on name brands like Lane, Stanton, Broyhill, Eddie Bauer, Rose, Sealy, Lexington, and more.
Don't miss this once-in-a-millennium opportunity at both American Home locations in Tualatin and Delta Park.
Losing a pet is traumatic enough. Now add the heartache of losing it almost 2,000 miles from home. That's exactly what happened to a dog named Thunder. But it was truly a small miracle that led to the most improbable reunion.
We named him Thunder because he chased the cat up and down the hallway and he sounded like a thundering herd.
Thunder truly was this man's best friend. Jim Radke of Minneapolis, Minnesota, had been raising the Siberian Husky from the time he was just 8 weeks old. So you can imagine Jim and his wife Joan's grief when last April, during a vacation in Phoenix, Arizona, their treasured Thunder disappeared from the backyard of a friend Jim was visiting.
He apparently was stolen. At least the police department agreed with me.
Frantic, Jim wallpapered the entire city of Phoenix with flyers, and he stayed there for more than 3 months, searching and praying. By July, Jim reluctantly gave up and accepted the hard truth.
I never thought I'd ever see him again.
And he certainly never expected the phone call that would come 9 months later.
The lady said, "We've got a dog here and he says he's yours."
The news struck like lightning. Thunder was alive.
He said they found Thunder. He was just so excited he could hardly talk.
A week later, an emotional moment. Thunder waltzed off a plane and into his owner's safe arms.
You do know me, don't you? The dog knew me right away.
Authorities believe Thunder had been roaming the streets until he wound up at the pound.
Heel.
A miraculous reunion. But that's not the only thing that makes this dog tale remarkable.
You getting ready to go in?
You see, Thunder was rescued with the help of something straight out of a James Bond movie. A special high-tech honing device, much like an automobile low jack, but used to track lost animals. The microchip, as small as a grain of rice, is programmed with the owner's name, address, and phone number, and painlessly implanted through a needle into the dog's neck. A simple scanner retrieves the information, and unlike traditional dog tags,
it's there forever, it never wears out, and it can't be lost.
Dr. James Isaacs of the Encino Veterinary Clinic in Southern California believes all pets should get the implant, which at less than $50 makes lots of sense.
It's estimated that maybe half of dogs that are lost ever find their way home.
Jim obviously agrees the return on his investment was priceless.
I still have a hard time believing that after almost 9 months of being gone, Thunder came home.
1.6 million pets already have the chip, but that's not a lot when you consider there are more than 120 million pets in America. Here's an interesting note. In Great Britain, the chip is mandatory. Now to the Y2K crisis that's catching parents off guard. It has nothing to do with computers, airplanes, or banks. But as Rick Schwartz explains, it could ruin New Year's Eve for millions of couples.
Lots of people want to be doing something like this to ring in the millennium. But there's one thing standing in their way. The kids.
We're getting more calls this year than ever before because of the millennium.
Angela Messenger runs a babysitting agency. And this week, her sitters have become as valuable as aspirin on New Year's morning.
Sitters want to go out as well. It's the millennium.
So anyone lucky enough to find a sitter will pay. Big time. In New York City, some sitters are charging, hold on to your noisemakers, $500 to $1,000 a night.
And I asked my babysitter that has been my babysitter for 3 years, and she said, no way, you couldn't pay me
any amount of money to babysit.
Darby Noakes had a dilemma. Her husband scored some tickets for the Eagles concert in L.A., but she couldn't find anyone to watch her two boys. Most agencies were all booked up.
I had to go through at least 6 individual people and 6 agencies until I found a babysitter for New Year's Eve.
She finally got one from Messenger. The price, about $400, more than 4 times the going rate. And because of that, several surveys show that a whopping 75% of parents are staying home this New Year's Eve.
I guess you can charge what the market will bear, but is that really fair?
Our prices are not so inflated that people have to, take a loan on their house to pay for a sitter.
Well, second mortgages may not be necessary, but even for desperate parents like Noakes, a $400 babysitting tab is a bitter pill to swallow.
I won't be eating for the next year, but I'll be enjoying the millennium.
Well, if you think it's tough finding a babysitter for your kids, try finding one for your pet. All the major kennels across the country have been booked solid since July. Will the new year bring danger for Leonardo DiCaprio? Maybe a shocking career change for Donald Trump? Or a return to glory for Liz Taylor? As Doug Bruckner explains, one man claims to have all the celebrity gossip even before it happens.
Some strange twists of fate in Hollywood. Danger for the British royal family. And a big upset in the presidential election.
As we approach the year 2000 and enter into a new millennium, what should we all be doing to prepare our families and ourselves?
Welcome to a sneak preview of the year 2000 through the eyes of Kenny Kingston, famed psychic to several generations of Hollywood stars.
Joan Crawford, Ingrid Bergman, Greta Garbo.
And let's not forget Mae West, Marilyn Monroe, and would you believe John Wayne?
The Duke just didn't want people to know he was listening to the spirit world.
Kenny invited me to his Hollywood home for an exclusive unveiling of his annual New Year's predictions, which have become a kind of showbiz tradition. On this year's list, a warning for Cher.
She's got to be very, very cautious of marrying quickly in the year 2000, or it will end just as fast.
Scoff if you like, but some of Kenny's past predictions have proven uncannily accurate. This time last year, for instance, he foretold that President Clinton would be impeached but remain in office, and that First Lady Hillary would run for the Senate.
I say the same thing now. She will run and she will lose.
But you've been wrong.
I hope so. I would be a charlatan if I was 100% correct.
When you're wrong, why are you wrong?
I don't listen to spirit correctly.
And with that, Kenny gave me even more predictions he claims came straight from the spirit world, starting with an election shocker starring Donald Trump.
Are you predicting Donald Trump is going to be president?
Yes, and vice president, according to the spirit world, could be Ross Perot.
On a different political front, Kenny sees danger for 3 British royals.
I warned Prince William and Prince Harry they must be very, very careful of an accident. And attention, Prince Philip, you two must use extreme caution.
Meanwhile, back in Hollywood, he also has a warning for young superstars Leonardo DiCaprio and Jason Priestley.
They must use caution, or they're going to go a tragic route like Robert Downey Jr.
But Kenny sees Elizabeth Taylor making a successful movie comeback with a little help from the spirit of one of her former husbands.
All she has to do is to listen to Richard Burton and return and become triumphant again.
And Kenny left us with one last prediction for recently separated shock jock Howard Stern.
He's going to return to his wife, and he must return to his wife because she is the best part of his life.
By the way, Kenny says all the predictions he gave us came to him while he was sitting at a table given to him by his friend, the late Marilyn Monroe. And when we come back, just who is the extra snapshot?
Attention automobile owners. If you have auto insurance from State Farm, Allstate, Nationwide, Farmers, or any other major company, pay close attention to this message, because you can get the same protection from Fireman's Fund Direct and possibly cut your premium 10, 15, 20% or more. All it takes to find out how much you can save is a fast, free phone call. When you call, you'll discover Fireman's Fund Direct can be your direct route to saving hundreds of dollars on auto insurance. And with Fireman's Fund Direct, you get lots of extras, like extra freedom. Because with Fireman's Fund Direct, you're free to use any repair facility you choose. And extra convenience, because we provide toll-free 24-hour claim service. Plus, extra peace of mind, because Fireman's Fund Direct has provided insurance that Americans have counted on for more than a century. So pick up the phone right now and call for your free no-obligation rate quote. Find out if you can save 10, 15, 20% or more. It'll take only a few minutes, and it's a smart thing to do, especially if you don't have money to burn.
Call Fireman's Fund Direct for your free auto insurance rate quote at 1-888-820-3685. Call now to see how much you can save. That's 1-888-820-3685. It's toll-free, so call right now, 1-888-820-3685.
What do you plan on doing for the rest of your life? New career? Bachelor's degree? Well, if you're ready, Portland Community College is ready for you. PCC is the inexpensive way to get an education for whatever field you choose. Our classes are small, our teachers have real-world experience, and credits transfer easily to four-year universities. Winter term begins January 3rd, and you can now register online. Go to pcc.edu or call 614-7171 for more information. Portland Community College, college that fits your life.
This winter, try something new. Stay healthy. Introducing new Hall's Defense. Each lozenge has 100% of the vitamin C you need every day. Get new Hall's Defense and get going.
Catch the excitement of NFL football on Coin TV 6. Brought to you locally by the football fans at Les Schwab Tire Centers. Log on to Coin TV's Channel 6000 website at coin.com.
Closed captioning and other consideration for Extra provided by...
I never thought of the internet as friendly until I found iVillage.com. Anything a woman is interested in, they seem to have at iVillage. Diet, exercise, family. I even have my own email account.
iVillage.com. Solutions for your life.
I used to drink ordinary hot cocoa, but then I tried Ovaltine Hot. It's smooth and creamy. Creamy because it's made with milk, not water. It's chocolatey, and it's good for me, too.
Ovaltine Hot. Compare it to your hot cocoa and taste the difference.
Every year we surprise someone with $10 million, but not this year.
Publishers Clearinghouse kicks off the 21st century with $21 million. Live on TV Super Bowl Sunday. Watch your mail or go to pch.com and enter.
So did you figure out the Extra snapshot? She's Mary Tyler Moore, and she really did make it after all. Her hit 70s sitcom made her America's sweetheart. Today, Mary celebrates her 62nd birthday. And that's the Extra snapshot. That's all for today. We'll see you next time.
You haven't seen the future until you see the next 48 hours. The daring new medicine that could save Amy's life. Can they make people as smart as machines? And what if Mike Wallace has finally met his match?
You're tiring me out, Mary. Knock it off.
Andy Rooney has a blast from the past.